So thanks a lot, Rini. We are a little rushed for time, sir, because the governor is expected any time soon. So this session was really about, you know, the geopolitical swivels and technological tsunamis. So what are these swivels in geopolitics? And are we at a very unique moment, technology moment? These are 4 points, in my view, which constitute what I really think are geopolitical swivels and technological tsunamis. I now turn the floor to Admiral Anup Singh for his views, please.
Thank you, Raj. I ditto everything that General Shukla said. He's covered the entire gamut of the topic that's been given to us. So I'm not going to repeat anything except to give you a slightly different, not different from what he said, different perspective to also put you um, on speed with what is happening in the world insofar as the term geopolitics is concerned. You've all seen what is the topic given to us, to this panel. It said geopolitical swivels and technological tsunamis. So if I'm sure if all of you have some time or the other gone through the definition of geopolitics either on Google or somewhere else, and because this is the most oft repeated term over the last half a century. What does it say? It says geopolitics, or words to that effect, is a study of the effect of geography, economics, demography, and such other factors. The meaning is very clear. And all writings and commentaries on geopolitics, global or regional, have maneuvered and moved around this particular definition. But what is happening since the 20th of Jan? You're all aware what has happened in the office of POTUS. First of all, the greatest predictability since before 20th Jan, about 20th Jan and the 4 years thereafter, was unpredictability based on what happened in the first term. And he started off with that, not only with the rest of the world, but starting off with DOGE and offering golden handshakes to his federal employees and saying, go home. But that's insofar as America itself is concerned, but it affects relations with the rest of the world and what is going to happen insofar as global economy is concerned in different ways. Now, since the 20th of January, the inflection point has been such, driven by POTUS, that everything in the world seems to be swiveling because of decisions made after that date. The first thing that has happened is that the focus, instead of going on the definition of geopolitics, is on the 3 T's that have almost clearly been announced by him in plain language. Trade, tariff, and technology. Trade, tariffs, and technology. Everybody from China to Mexico to Canada, the neighbors, and the arch enemy, and India are being affected by it. 10% added yesterday for China. The threat to Greenland, you heard about it this morning, is real. Not that he's going to take over, but it is real. As you heard this morning, actually, let me give you a little inkling to what is so great in Greenland. Not only strategically located, not only is it a dependency of Denmark, a small Scandinavian country with hardly any military power or strategic power, but it has one of the largest reservoirs of rare earths. And if I remember correctly, sometime in 2013 or 14, there was big news on the net that China has had a deal with Denmark worth only $350 million to mine for rare earths. Why? China has always had an urge to create a monopoly for itself for rare earths. And where are they used? In your mobile phones, in avionics, in cars, in control systems of every precision machinery. So China already has almost 90% control over rare earths everywhere. The 10% he wants to control there, plus, as I said, a strategic outpost. What else did he announce? Make the equivalent of a French Riviera in Gaza. And he is meaning it to become real because he said it in front of, with Netanyahu sitting beside him, who was smiling. What else? That brings me to the talk of technological tsunamis. You've all been sort of shot at by AI over the last 1 year plus. Strictly speaking, there is no time to delve into it, but artificial intelligence is not new. In my life, in the Navy, I started looking at AI when the first color tactical display came about in the navies of the world. And we received it first time in early 1990s. The second time, when you got away from the protector, divider, and making relative velocity triangles. Similarly, at the same time or slightly before that, the Air Forces of the world, the modern ones including ours, and particularly civil aviation started receiving what is called TCAS, collision avoidance systems. That's all artificial intelligence. So it's not new. But there is a huge revolution. And it is India's time to double down on its talent pool, which, as you know, is one of the best, if not the best, in the world. And it is wide-ranging thanks to our demographic dividend. So what is, since time has just run out, it shows 20 minutes of our panel discussion time is over. The other thing that I wanted to touch upon, I must say, that POTUS has done, despite the near hug with Zelensky, President Zelensky of Ukraine at the recommissioning of the Notre Dame, where we thought he's now going to sort out everything after 20th Jan, it didn't happen. He's cursing him. So there is an old adage which says, proxies are destined to be doormats of history, and that's what he is trying to now define the president of Ukraine as. End of the story, your time is up, and he is on the side of Russia. Putin was already smiling. His economy didn't go down with the sanctions. What should we be doing? Firstly, as General Raj Shukla told you, it is now the time for us and many others to wake up to national security being the in thing and not the economy, stupid. Therefore, we must devise things because of our economy not being as racy as that of China. The economic might not being 5 times our actual economy at this moment, as China can afford to build a navy of 400 odd ships and build its air force and its strategic forces at almost 3 times that of ours. Therefore, learn to deter, to dissuade. And we've got a huge advantage insofar as the maritime domain is concerned, as you heard in the morning. That of the logistic train in the Army's language. Which means that in our own home waters around the peninsula, we call the shots. That's why the Chinese haven't sent an aircraft carrier. Till now, they are incapable of sustaining blue water capability in our waters. But they will do it soon enough. That's why they are building up. The next thing we need to do, as General Raj Shukla said, I must repeat that, unmanned systems, all focus and all diversion of funds insofar as capital acquisition now are concerned, must have a major share towards unmanned systems. Drones, drones, and drones, including underwater. And finally, we must create properly a defense industrial base, which means a hell of a lot of investment and support and encouragement to the private sector, from MSMEs to big industries, not just PSUs. Thank you very much. Our time is up. Time shows 00.